Hello friends, my name is Bernard. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to make a brief description of the changes with my channel because I've had this channel with many audio tracks that I've uploaded over maybe 10, 15 years. And those tracks were mainly student works, etudes. I counted recently over 500 etudes and many student concertos, many of the Barber series pieces. Some of you will know that those very excellent series of student works, and many Suzuki also that I've recorded. All of them are available free on the account, and I created them in mostly for my students. I'm a pretty busy teacher still here in Northern California. And so that way I could easily say to a student, okay, just go to YouTube and listen to this etude or this piece that you're practicing, and you'll hear how I interpret it, and then we'll discuss it more at the lesson. And so at this point, I'm thinking it would be really valuable for my students, my own personal students, but for students around the world to have my perspective on the various techniques, starting very basic and then building up through at least into intermediate level, my ideas of techniques, because I've been very successful as a player. I played for many years with the San Francisco Symphony. I was first hired on by Seiji Ozawa, who told me that he was very thrilled to have a player of my caliber in the orchestra back in those days. So, I've played a lot of quartets, and I really feel that all the etude recording that I've done over the last 50 years, over 500 etudes of Kreutzer, Wolfhard, Rode, Paganini, many etudes. I've learned an awful lot. Teaching an old dog new tricks. So basically, I want to try to do these little explanations of techniques. I want to keep them quite short, as short as I can, staying very focused. And so that you can, if you have questions, of course, put your questions in the comments. If I can answer them right there quickly, I will. Otherwise, maybe I've forgotten something and I can make another video. So that'll work also. But I want to make these very brief so that if you want to listen, you can just re-listen to the video any number of times that you want. So that's basically it. If there's any questions, you can certainly ask me. I think one of the important things about playing music, playing any instrument, is to have joy doing it. And that's the reason I started playing violin. I was a little kid. My mom had some recordings. I remember listening to the Beethoven Violin Concerto, and I just fell in love with that piece. And there was nothing more. I wanted to play the violin so I could play the Beethoven Violin Concerto. And of course, it took me many years of practice before I was ready to do that. I started playing violin when I was about 7.5 years old. And I had wanted to play violin when I was 5, but my mom said, no, let's have you learn to read music and get a sense of what music was all about by learning the piano. So my older sister played piano, so I was her first student. And so I did that for 2 years, and piano was very hard for me. But then I finally said, Mom, come on, let me play violin. And she finally relented and let me play violin. And I really blossomed on violin. That's what I wanted to do. So hopefully all of you who are playing violin, like me, are doing it because you're really excited about the instrument. The instrument has so many potential. You could play classical, you could play rock, you could play folk. It's such a wonderful instrument. And there are other great instruments, piano, guitar, whatever, but we've got the bow, so we can sustain sound. So there are many wonderful special things about violin. And that's why I want to share my knowledge, at least of technique and, even music, that, to help other people enjoy it, because I'm sure there are many fine teachers on YouTube, but maybe I'm approaching it in a little different way. So thank you so much for listening, and I will be trying to upload videos every day, or at least one video every day. As I say, I'm busy teaching here, but thank you so much. If you like the video, give it a like, thank you, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Okay, and you have a great evening. Take care.